It's December 8th, 2022. I'm watching, I, again, I have not been watching, but Linda, put on this season 1, episode 5, for which I was drinking a cup of tea in the living room of a show called East New York. I'm listening very carefully to the episode. I hear the names. It is like Triple Cross by James Patterson. Didn't read the book, won't read the book, but the title on the jacket seems to like fit the bill or the puzzle piece. And I'm like, it's like the ghosts of Christmas, past, present, and future in A Christmas Carol. And I'm just like, uh, in time and space crimes. I mean, like, I'm not even, but I'm just like, wow. There's character portraits in this allegory of sorts, in a kind of sort of but not really. And if you don't know the details of the entire scope of how long this has been going on, I don't want things to be read the wrong way. So I'm watching it with that whatever. I'm like, thing one that caused a problem, and then thing two that arrived that caused even more problem. And then the noir mixed into the situation in some hypothetical, but like characteristically, that if I look around at the Adams administration, I'm like, mm. And then I'm thinking the names that they put in there. And I'm like, now is that an Io Me Io like fashionista reference? Or is that like the county cop? I'm like, I'm reading all, so I mean, like, again, I was just at the Queens County Farm, or the Queens Farm in Floral Park, and they did remind me of the bellow is what stokes the fire. And the other day, Yellowstone reminded me the rain is what God brings, that just. And I know in this episode of S1E5, the numbers just happen to line up. They have an Alex and a James and a moon and a leaf. And I'm like, that's brazen. However, the son needs gifts from family members on his journey through life, having been thrown in this direction, he and I, being quantum time mechanical pieces and being trapped in some time capsule with all sorts of quantum related and theoretical and thesis and hypothesis and grad students and research facilities and laboratories, and like, don't even want to go into it. And then I noticed this commercial came out. There's a new Puss in Boots coming out. But again, there's these pieces of whatever and whatever.
It's your new roommate. Milk? Did I say something salty? Oh. I'm supposed to be a fearless hero, a legend. You're Puss in Boots? Normally, I have a sword. Okay. Legend tells of a wishing star. I need that wish to get my life back.
You're a pirate now? It's like a possum crawled on your face and died.
Please mock me quietly.
Puss in Boots, only in theaters. Rated PG.
there's Christmas, and then it goes, please mock me quietly. And then there's East New York, which is December 7th. Today's December 8th. Yesterday was Pearl Harbor Day.
I'm thinking we should pull you back from this case.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you now. We also might need some extra security at your apartment, maybe even put you up at a hotel.
I don't think these news articles are about me. Hear me out. According to the guards at Greenhaven Correctional, Jacob spent most all of his time in the prison library going.
And they go off of this Jacob. That one, if we break it up to a Jack and an OB, that kind of makes sense. But again, OB not having an application.
Over his appeal, pouring through anything and everything he could get his hands on.
So you think that all these news articles was Jacob doing his due diligence in regards to his case?
Yes, the articles got me thinking about who might have helped Jacob's escape and who is continuing to help him stay hidden now that he's out. A lot of big players from back in the day, they showed up in support of Jacob's during his trial. Look at that right there. See that? Right there.
Oh, what? That's Moon and Bird.
Yeah. Moon Sr. got clipped shortly after Jacob's went in. Bird Sr., he's serving time in Sing Sing.
Not seeing how a dead guy and an incarcerated guy help.
In Sing Sing. Now, is that like, I mean, again, if I talk to like Tommy Boy Records or Atlantic Records, I mean, they had 78s. They were vinyl. They chose the year or the two numbers 78 for a reason on the northeast coast of the Atlantic. Just saying. Whatever their magical number system or reason was, it was extremely successful until they knocked that out and then brought about the CD and some then MP3 and some new digital disaster story.
Help Jacob's escape.
Hey, these men have sons who are running things now that their daddies are out of the picture. Alex Bird and James Moon. And this is the maple leaf. That's the symbol on the Canadian flag. I think Alex Bird and James Moon are helping Jacob secure funds and a passport before he heads to Canada.
That's a hell of a theory, based on a picture of a bird and a moon.
We all know that prison cells are routinely searched, so whoever sketched this drawing did it on the back of this photo of Jacob's son because they didn't want to send off alarm bells to the guards that Jacob was up to something.
If you're right, we gotta get this James Moon and this Alex Bird and, like he says, lean on him hard.
That's right. Yeah.
Excuse me. Killian just got in.
Great.
Again, they mention names that are alarm bells for me, like Drew, like Howard, like Alex and James put together. There's a bird involved, there's a moon involved. When I think of moon and whatever and moonshine, I'm just like, and then there's like a whole lot on this one particular numbered episode. Then, of course, I've got the 5-15-15 problem. Looks like one of the actors in this portrayal. And here they claim he's a U.S. Marshal. I'm like, So, that happened. There's also a reference to some green tent, and there's this girl who's ticketing the entire apartment building, really ticking off some of the residents. Then at the end, I guess she this one woman comes up to her, is really thoroughly annoyed, told her that she needs to go because they don't want her there. And then at the end, she uses her ability and whatever to get the super to come down to fix the elevator because there are people that are trapped. some of the higher floors. So I guess it smooths things over supposedly in this, whatever this is. But I see, and then there's the thing with, again, like I know what I see on the television as far as what's working inside New York City. And then they have a small birthday cake for this woman when she's out with just her friends. And then at the end of the episode, there's a larger birthday cake on the desk because somebody ate the smaller cake. If we could just work this out. And the woman who everybody hates, the guys, I don't know, is that's like a hazing event, went through her drawers and is wearing her undergarments on their head and going through the lobby of the building that she lives in, and she's trying to protect, and she's trying to protect the residents of the building from some of the nuisance ongoings, noise complaints, elevator being broken and trapping people on upper floors, that kind of stuff. But again, in this space of kind of sort of, but not really, and like, can you try not to show that you're mocking me? So this way, things can get done between the bellows, the fire, the amber. I mean, it seems like an amber alert at this point. That's a local phrase. It's star 1978. But again, they say that God brings the rain. So here we are in frightening if anybody gets the readings of this wrong. But I'm sitting here perfectly like whatever, just going like, oh my goodness, who is this message intended for? It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.